All right, so a very good day and good evening to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the moderator of the event today. My name is Kian Minchew, Anak Mudeh. You can just call me Kian. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this sharing event, which is about Go Green, Breath Green, held by the students of Faculty of Civil Engineering and Environment in Universiti Tun Hussein, Malaysia. In these occasions, we shall have outstanding presentations from our prominent presenters, whom I believe shall enrich our insight and knowledge regarding the theme of our talk sharing section later. So next, before we start, I would like to show you a video regarding the air pollutions in Malaysia for you to have a brief ideas about the topic today. All right, so you may play the video now.
Air pollution consists of chemicals or particles in the atmosphere that pose serious health and environmental threats. But what causes air pollution, and what does it mean for our planet? From natural sources like volcanic eruptions, wildfires, or allergens. But most air pollution results from human activities, such as energy use and agriculture.
Sorry, I think there's a technical issue. So please wait us for a while. We try to solve. Sorry, yeah.
Air pollution consists of chemicals or particles in the atmosphere that pose serious health and environmental threats. But what causes air pollution, and what does it mean for our planet? Some air pollution comes from natural sources like volcanic eruptions, wildfires, or allergens. But most air pollution results from human activities, such as energy use and agriculture. There are different types of human-made air pollution. When we burn fossil fuels to produce energy, they release greenhouse gases into the air. These emissions, such as carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gases, trap heat from the sun in Earth's atmosphere, leading to a rise in global temperatures. This creates a cycle where air pollution contributes to climate change, and climate change creates higher temperatures. In turn, higher temperatures intensify some types of air pollution. For example, climate change increases smog because it forms in the presence of high heat and increased levels of ultraviolet radiation. More frequent extreme weather, such as flooding, contributes to damp conditions and therefore to a rise in mold. Warmer weather also leads to longer pollen seasons and therefore more pollen production. Smog is a type of air pollution that reduces visibility and has serious health effects. Smog can be divided into two categories: sulfurous and photochemical. Sulfurous smog is made up of chemical compounds called sulfur oxides. It occurs when burning sulfur-bearing fossil fuels such as coal. Photochemical smog, also called ground-level ozone, is a result of the reaction between sunlight, nitrogen oxides, and volatile organic compounds. Nitrogen oxides come from car exhaust, coal power plants, and factory emissions. Volatile organic compounds are released from gasoline, paints, and many cleaning solvents. Smog not only creates a brown haze that reduces visibility, but also harms plants, irritates the eyes, and causes respiratory distress. Another category of air pollution is toxic pollutants. These are chemicals such as mercury, lead, dioxins, and benzene that are released during gas or coal combustion, waste incineration, or burning of gasoline. In addition to adverse environmental effects, toxic air pollution can cause serious health problems such as cancer, reproductive complications, and birth defects. While air pollution has many consequences for our planet, there are solutions. We can limit toxic pollutants, smog, and greenhouse gases by decreasing the use of fossil fuels, such as in transportation, manufacturing, and electricity generation. Reducing air pollution not only contributes to a cleaner environment and better human health, but can also slow the rate of global warming.
All right. So I believe most of you can't wait to listen to our sharing sections today. This is just an introduction for our event today. So before the presentation begins, please allow me to introduce the presenters of today. Our first presenter is Nathrah, Hanim, Binti, Muhamad, Nazri, then followed by Zhi Wei. Our third presenter will be Wong Cong. Then the last presenter will be Alif, Imran bin Nazarudin. Next, regarding to today's content, our presenter will take turns to present and sharing some useful, interesting information of these 5 contents that will be presented later. Next slide. So the first content will be the current situations in Malaysia towards air pollutions. Next will be the negative impact of air pollutions. Then the third one will be the role of engineers in preventing air pollutions in Malaysia. The fourth content is the method to reduce air pollutions. The last but not least, for our MVP today, which is the Q&A sections. All right, so now without further ado, I would like to welcome our first presenter, Nat. She will deliver presentations entitled The Current Situations in Malaysia Towards Air Pollutions. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Nat. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Kian, for the cute and introduction. Yeah, so right now I'll be presenting. First of all, my name is Dr. Hanim Muhamad Nazri, and I'll be presenting about the current air pollution in Malaysia. And basically, there's actually we only focus on 5 different places, which is, as you guys can see, at Sungai Petani Kedah, Johan Setia Kelang, Sri Aman Sarawak, Pasir Gudang Johor, and the last one is Georgetown Penang. It's not that we don't want to talk about all those small air pollution, but we want to make you guys see the bigger picture of the bigger problems in Malaysia, which is for the first one is at Sungai Petani. So what happened in Sungai Petani is basically about illegal smelting factory in Bukit Selembau, which is industrial area. As you guys can know, it is illegal, and if it's illegal, then you know that you're going to make something. I mean, this one will cause an effect to actually to hundreds of residents, which is from 20 residential area. And what happened there is that most of the residential people there, they are having breathing difficulties due to poor air qualities and because of the smoke from the illegal factory. And then if you guys can see from this slide, the reading of API is actually between 300. So if you guys know, the reading of 201 until 300 is very unhealthy for human consumption. So it will cause effect, for example, asthma, and then other types of things. It can cause cancer. And then for the second place is Johan Setia Kelang. So Johan Setia Kelang is one of the recreational activities, and as you guys can see, there's actually open burning of agricultural lands at Johan Setia. So it is very common actually, this activity in Malaysia especially, and also in the neighboring countries, Indonesia, because Malaysia is one of the country who provide agricultural things, which is for Malaysia it's rubber. And then what happened at Johan Setia is they actually conducted open burning during his period, and few years back actually we experienced a very bad case, and then what happened is that they did it anyway, they did the open burning. And then what happened, the effect of it, the API of the air quality, it's actually a reading around 100 and moving towards 200. And moving towards 100, 200 is considered unhealthy for people surrounded. And then as you guys can see, the 939 schools in 10 districts was forced to close during that time, which is in Kelang, is actually industrial area, and it is very common for the air quality to be slightly poor compared to those rural area. And then this one is actually affected 900,000 students, yeah, which is not a good thing. And then for the second or the third place is that what happened here is that the people at Georgetown Penang, and 400 people actually, they affected by the toxic fume, which is happened at the area of Kampung Ladang Priam, Kampung Cangkat, Kampung Bagan Buaya, Kampung Titi Hitam, Kampung Pekalan, Kampung Jawi, and also Desa Jawi. And this one is actually what happened is that the landfill, as you guys know, after we dispose our trash, we're actually going to collect it in the landfill. Then what happened is that the landfill is actually caught fire. So the fire will cause a very toxic air for the people, and it is not good lah for you to consume it every day. So that's why all the residents there, they need to be like evacuated to a safer place in order for them not to have any health issues and sort of things. And then I think this one is the second last location, which is at Sri Aman Sarawak. And Sri Aman Sarawak, if you guys can familiar with Sarawak, Sarawak is one of the places that, for me, I think it is greener compared to those in Semenanjung. But what happened here is the Sri Aman also affected, which is by the hills and the open burning from Indonesia. So what happened is that the API show around 105 at 1 a.m. and it is very unlogical for the API to be around 105, because obviously when we are like in 1 a.m. nobody's going to be at the shop, and then they're all going to sleep. So the API reading is caused by the open burning from the neighboring country, Indonesia. And then the last one is that Pasir Gudang Johor, and UTHM is at Johor. And then this one is actually one of the famous news. I think maybe most of you guys listen or read about this news, because it is affecting around 400 residents at 7 neighborings, which is from the area of Kampung, not this one, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I am so sorry. So actually, what happened here, because I got confused between Pasir Gudang and Georgetown. So what happened at Pasir Gudang is there's actually 3 chemical factories, and then they release a very high toxic gases. And actually, for all those factory, Malaysia have implement a certain level of toxic that they can um, produce or they can release to the air. But these three chemical factories in Johor, they did, or they maybe what happened there is they did revise, or they did see through the process of the release of the air. And then what happened is that they emit a very dangerous gases, which is it will cause nausea and shortness of breath because of the flammable gas from the plastic industry. And then what happened is that 400 schools in Pasir Gudang, they need to be closed. And then around 100 students around at that school, they are quite ill, and then they need to be hospitalized. So as you guys can see that the picture that the nurse or the doctor was carrying these children, because it happened at the school. So it is not a good thing. And then as you guys can see, this one is actually the chart of particular matter, which is this one is the measure of concentration of air pollutants. So this one is very particular. And then if the API reading are going to be recorded by this particular particular matter of PM10. And in 2020, it showed that it is increased within 4%, which is 32%. And then for the particular matter of P25, it's declined because in 2020 we are affected by COVID, and then I don't think there's any human activities like increasing the air pollution quality. And you guys actually can refer this chart or statistic at the Department of Environment, because it is recorded bi-monthly and also yearly. So I think that is it from me. Thank you, and I give back to Ken.
All right, thank you, Nat. So as you can see, it's very informative, right? So basically, as you can see, there are so many places in Malaysia has been affected by the air pollutions. Especially, I'm from Sarawak. So as I see, the Seri Aman, for example, the Seri Aman that has been affected by the air pollutions, which is really sad for me. And I ever experienced, I think, twice or third time, 3 times, I think. It was really a bad situation at that time. All right, during my high school time. So everyone is forced to wear a mask. So it's really just like what's the current situations. We have to wear a mask because of COVID-19. So it was really a bad experience, I would say, at that time. All right, so please give once again a big round of applause for Miss Nat. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our second presenter, Zhi Wei. She will deliver a presentation entitled The Negative Impact of Air Pollutions. Please welcome Ms. Zhi Wei. The floor is yours.
Thank you, the moderator, Ken. And good evening, everyone. My name is Zhi Wei, and I would like to share some information about the negative impact of the air pollutions. And basically the impacts are divided into 4, which is the effects on humans, effects on the environment, and also the global warming and ozone depletions. So next slide. Okay, for the first effect, which is the effect on humans, people experience a wide range of the health effects from being exposed to the air pollution. Then the effects can be broken down into the short-term effect and also the long-term effects. The short-term effects, which are the temporary effects, it included illness such as pneumonia and also bronchitis. They also include some discomfort such as irritation to the nose, throat, eyes, or our skin. So that air pollution can also cause our headaches, dizziness, and nausea. And for the long-term effects, the effects of pollution can last for years and for entire lifetime. And they can even cause a person to death. The long-term effect also from the air pollution can cause our heart disease, lung cancer, and also respiratory disease such as emphysema. And the emphysema is a lung condition that causes shortness of breath. And next is the air pollution can also cause long-term damage to people's nerve, brain, kidney, liver, and also other organs. And there are some research that shows some scientists suspect that all pollutant that cause birth defect to us. And nearly 2.5 million people dies worldwide each year from the effects of outdoor and also indoor air pollutions. So next slide will be the effects on the environment. Like people, animal, and plant, also the entire ecosystem can suffer effect from the air pollutions. Haze, like smoke, is a visible type of air pollution that did not show any shape and also colors. So the air pollution actually can directly contaminate the surface of the body of water and also the soils. Besides that, the air pollution also will kill crops and reduce their yields, and also kill some young trees or other plants on Earth. And moreover, for the acid rain, sulfur dioxide and also nitrogen oxide particle in the air can create the acid rains when they mix with some waters and also oxygen in the atmosphere. When acid rain fall to Earth, right, it damages plants by changing soil compositions and degrades water quality into river and also lake and stream, as well as can cause our building become decay. And some of the building and monuments that destroyed because of the acid rain. And next, like humans, animals can also suffer health effects from the exposure to air pollutions, like birth defect, disease, and lower productive rate can also attribute from the air pollutions. Next, the effect will be global warming. It is such a famous effects from the air pollutions. By trapping the earth heat in the atmosphere, greenhouse gases lead to warmer temperatures, which in turn lead to climate change, such as rising sea level, more extreme weather, health-related deaths, and also increased transmission of infectious disease. And some research shown that in 2018, carbon dioxide accounted for 81% of country total greenhouse effect gas emissions. And the methane made out of 10%. The carbon dioxide comes from the combusting fossil fuel, and methane comes from the natural and industrial sources, like including large amount that released during the oil and gas drilling. Next will be the ozone depletions. Ozone is a gas that occurs both at the ground level and in the Earth's upper atmosphere. At ground level, ozone is a pollutant that can harm our human health, but in the upper atmosphere, like above the Earth's level, the ozone forms a layer that protects life. So that I will stop now, right?
It's okay. You just finish your part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
just continue. In the upper atmosphere, right, ozone is from a layer that protects life on Earth from the sun, harmful ultraviolet, which is the UV ray. But this good ozone, right, is gradually being destroyed by the man-made chemical that is all from our human, that such as the ozone depleting substance, including like CFC, chlorofluorocarbons, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, and also halons. And these substances were formerly used and sometimes still in use in coolants, refrigerant, foaming agent, and also fire extinguishers. Thinning of the protective ozone layer, right, can cause increase of amount of UV radiations to reach the earth and can lead to more cases of skin cancer, cataract, and also impaired immune system. Also, the UV ultraviolet radiation can damage our sensitive crop, such as soybean, and also reduce the crop yields. So this is the negative effect of the air pollutions. So that's come to end of my sharing about these negative effects. So thank you very much for your listening. So I think I will pass back the floor to the moderator. Thank you.
All right, guys. Sorry, I think here's an technical issue. Because it's not premium. So the Google Meet might end in 4 minutes. So later, please rejoin the link that's sent in WhatsApp group and also send in the chat box here. All right. So I think before we leave, can we have a photo section first? So so Alif, can we conduct? Yeah, can we conduct a photography section first before we rejoin another Google Meet? All right. So Alif. Yeah. All right. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Again, freestyle. 1, 2, 3. All right. So please join the meeting. Please join another new Google Meet link in the chat box. All right. Sorry for the inconvenience caused. All right. See you there, guys. Guys, we wait. Ooh. Testing, testing. All right. So, guys, we wait for 5 minutes, I think, for those who haven't rejoined. All right. Sorry, yeah. All right, guys. I think we should start now. All right. So, sorry for the inconvenience. All right. So, regarding to Zhi Wei presentations, so please give once again a big round of applause to for Zhi Wei. So now we would like to welcome our second presenter, no, third presenter, Alif. So he will deliver a presentation entitled "The Roles of Engineers in Preventing Air Pollution in Malaysia." So please welcome Mr. Alif. The floor is yours. All right, thank you. Oh. Testing. All right. All right. So thank you, Alif. Yeah, give me a second. Okay. All right. So thank you, Alif. So basically, civil engineer also take some responsibility in preventing the air pollutions in Malaysia, especially. And I think as long as it achieves the constructions achieve the sustainable effect, then it is actually very good for our future development of country. And there's actually a theory called cradles to cradle, which means baby to baby, like the cradle baby, which means that things can be reused. Even though you manufacture it, you go took it from the natural resources, and then we manufacture it, and then we use it, and we build it, and then we deconstruct it, and after that, then we reuse, recycle. After we recycle, then we reuse again for another constructions. So that one is cradle to cradle. So another one is cradle to grave, which means that grave um, so from what we took from the natural resources, and then we undergo the manufactures, and then we rebuild, no, we build it, and then we under renovations for many years, and then we deconstruct it, and it cannot be used or recycled anymore. So that one is cradle to grave, which is not really sustainable. Yeah, I would say. So cradle to cradle is actually a sustainable methods or theory to be applied in especially in our future constructions field, I would say. So yeah, so once again, please give Alif a big applause. So next, we would like to welcome our last presenter, Cong. So he will deliver a presentations regarding to the methods, uh, methods to reduce air pollutions by green building for sustainable. All right, so the floor is yours, Chong.
Thank you, Ken. Hi everyone, I am Wong Chong, and now I will present about the method to reduce air pollution by green building for sustainable. Before we start, next slide. Before we start, we need to know about what is green building. A green building is the construction of building and other infrastructure using sustainable technology, and material used to build out is the key to this type of initiative. It helps to maintain or improve the quality of life of the environment by help reduce negative impact on the natural environment by using less water, energy, and other natural resources. Green building will employ renewable energy source and eco-friendly material to build out so the construction can reduce emission and other waste. Next. So how green building reduce air pollution? Green building have many benefits in environmental, economy, and community area. For example, it can improve employee productivity with better occupant comfort, improve indoor air quality, and natural light. Based on our topic, there are some benefits which is related to reduce air pollution. And the first one is green building helps to reduce emission to air. Green building effectively reduce air pollution through reduce the energy use and the use of material with low of gases. The reduction in use of Subsea fuel at the building site result in lower air pollution contribution at the site, while the reduction in electricity will lower air pollution associated with power plant. And the next is reduce material use and use low impact material in construction. All materials are carry embodied environmental effect. They are environmental and ecological consequence as a result of their production and use through their life cycle. Green building promote the use of material with lower embodied environmental and ecological bundle. Green building also typically utilize fewer material through efficient design and elimination of unnecessary finished material. For example, many green buildings explore structural material rather than cover this material with a wall finish. And lastly, green building operation promote recycle in their operation. That's all for me, and now I will pass back to Ken.
All right, thank you, Chong. So basically, as you can see from what Chong has presented just now, so green building is actually the ultimate target, I would say, for civil engineers to be. It's like a building to be built in future. All right, so it consists of the sustainable effect and also conserve the environment, I would say. Yeah. So it's definitely reduce the use of electricity on or maybe the material natural resources since it is sustainable, right? And also utilize many materials, efficient design, eliminations of unnecessary finished material. So it's actually reduce emissions of air, I would say, and also air pollutions. So once again, please give applause to Chong as well. So thank you very much for all the presenters for their informative and interesting talk. So now we'll have a Q&A sections. Next slide. We'll have a Q&A sections. All right, so please mention your name and address your question, yeah? So is there any questions you want to ask regarding to these presentations?
Yeah, me.
Or this? Right.
Yeah, me.
All right. Chia, you may speak now. All right, Chia, you may speak now.
Hi, I'm Chia. So after listening to your program, I would like to ask, can you further explain on how is air pollution connected to sustainable development?
All right. So in case for those who didn't hear clearly, Chia is asking how is air pollution connected to sustainable development? All right, so I will explain a little bit more. So it's actually air pollution is like a trick to sustainable development for the direct relationship, as it simultaneously affect various social environments and economic criteria linked to equitable, I would say, humans developments, such as good health. Of course, definitely, people with asthma definitely will affect them. Even healthy humans also get affected. And next one is food security, all right, and gender equality, climate stability, and poverty reductions. Yeah.
Right, thank you.
Right, welcome. So it's actually there's an indirect relationship between them. All right, so any other questions?
Me.
All right, so what's your name?
Uh,
You can ask.
guys. My name is Kian. Is there a link between poor air quality and worse health outcomes from COVID-19?
You asked, is there a link between poor air quality and then?
And the worst health outcomes from COVID-19?
Oh, all right. Regarding to your questions, all right, I think the potential links between exposures to poor air quality and susceptibility to the impact of COVID-19 are being investigated by the health and scientific communities. All right, so as you know, air pollution is known to have a detrimental effect on the respiratories, like what I have mentioned just now. All right, so as well as the impact of other diseases that have been shown to raise the risk of COVID-19 severity. So it's actually very crucial to consider improved air quality as an additional measure. All right, and also to help reduce the burdens placed on people's health, as well as healthcare system. Yeah, I think that's all from me. Did I answer your questions?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. So due to the time constraints, so one last questions.
Sorry, can you hear my voice?
Yeah.
My name is Chong. So I want to ask, what is the role of air quality monitoring in air quality management?
All right. So the question is, what is the role of air quality monitoring in air quality? Sorry, guys. So the question is, what is the role of air quality? I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry, I don't think you guys find it funny. All right. So okay. So regarding the question, what is the role of air quality monitoring? What in air quality management is it, John? Is my questions repeated correctly?
Yes.
All right. So regarding to these statements, there are several challenges countries face when addressing air quality, including Malaysia. So the cost of certified monitoring equipment, as well as regular calibrations and maintenance, can be a heavy burden to many local authorities, I would say, and as well as national governments as well. So it is important to note that the cost of air quality monitoring is much lower than the cost of air pollution reductions. So the former being a public investment is therefore makes sense for national government and cities in developing countries to prioritize, uh, prioritize and invest in the establishments, operations, as well as the maintenance of ground level air quality monitoring network. All right. So yeah, I think that's all from me. So did I answer your questions?
Yes, thank you.
All right, so so I will end this Q&A section here. Sorry for my personal issue just now. All right, so next, could we have a photography sections again one last time? All right, so everyone please try to open your cam if possible. We'll take the very last photos. Not the very last photos. I mean like the very last, photography sections. with each other. All right. So, are you guys ready? Alif, ready? All right. So, one, two, three. And so now freestyle. One, two, three. Cheese. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah. Wait, not yet finished. So okay. Um, so before, thank you for your attention. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, we come to the end of presentations. We would like to say thanks again for all the presenters for their informative, interesting talk, and to audience for your active participations. All right. So hopefully the presentations will be beneficial for everyone. All right. So before you leave, please help me to fill the feedback form. Okay, you can scan the QR code at the slide here, or I think there's a, yeah, you can click on the link that Jia Chong has been shared in. All right. So thank you for your attention once again. Hope you have a wonderful night with us. So bye. See you. Ciao. Thank you all. Remember to help us fill the feedback form. Yeah. Thank you very much.